A few months ago, independent Canadian investigators issued their report findings on the allegations of live organ harvestings from Falun Gong practitioners. The report disclosed that the communist regime is stealing vital organs from Falun Gong practitioners while they are alive for sale at high prices, and knowingly killing Falun Gong practitioners in the process.
There are many questions surrounding allegations of organ harvesting, so we put it to the test and called the Armed Force Hospital and Liver Transplant Department of the First Hospital at Jilin University.
Ladies and gentlemen, and the general public who just watching me here, I'm standing at our site here in Vancouver downtown, Main Street, what we call the Falum Gong, and which is based on the three principles. Principle number one, truthfulness. Principle number two, compassion, and the principle number three is tolerance. The Falun Gong, which I'm talking about today, it is an allegation that the government of China, the Chinese Communist Party, which has dominated the Chinese politics since almost 3 decades, it has turned against its own people because they are just advocates for these principles, the Falun Gong. It is in 2006, allegation came out that the Chinese Communist Party government is just following up all the people, Chinese nationals, for just overseas, those people who just are known to support the government, people who advocate for truthfulness, compassion, and tolerance. The government has organized the targets, what we call the network, which all these people in overseas, in Canada, in the United States, in different parts of the country, the Falun Gong supporters, advocates of truth, justice, and equality in China are being followed by the communist regime. Now here, we are standing here in Vancouver, Chinatown, to dramatize the injustices against the communist system of government. We are dramatizing the injustices against those people who believe into Falun Gong. We believe that the politics of impunity, of murder and imprisonment without trial should be ended today by the Chinese government. And we call the Vancouver mayor, the government of Canada, the United Nations to come out in solidarity, to show their solidarity, the support of Chinese people, those people who want to see that the Falun Gong are known for justice and democracy in China. People who want to see that democracy and human rights are respected as it is here in Canada, because injustices here in China, it is injustice everywhere. So we are here today at the top hill of Vancouver to dramatize the historical injustices, the 50-year injustice and the follow-up against the Chinese people, because they are just not supporting the government which is in power, not supporting for the activities, the murder, the massacre and imprisonment without trial. This is the reason why we are standing today. And it is the responsibility, everyone, whether you are in China, whether you are in Vancouver, whether you are in everywhere, to stand up and show the solidarity, the support that human rights should be respected, democracy should be respected, and the Falun Gong supporters should not be told everywhere. Down with the Chinese Communist democracy. We just here protesting for the injustices in China. The government of Chinese Communist Party standing just to end up the impunity and the politics of persecution, arresting, that violates the human rights. We call the international community to come up and stand for against the government of Communist Party of China to stop the injustices against its own people. This is the new modernization in politics where everyone has the right to speak, has the right to compassion, has the right just to dramatize the justice and democracy everywhere. Chinese people have been under persecution for about 15 years under the subjugation of the communist regime, and at this time we are dramatizing the terrorist activities that are carried by the government of China. We call the international community to come up and oppose the strong massacre, arrests, and detention, free detention without trial by the Chinese people. Thank you very much, and we call all that the injustices everywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. Thank you very much.
We still see children suffering from hunger and disease. We still see rundown schools. We still see young people without prospects for the future. Around the world today, men and women are still imprisoned for their political beliefs and are still persecuted for what they look like and how they worship and who they love. That is happening today. And so we too must act on behalf of justice. We too must act on behalf of peace. There are too many people who happily embrace Madiba's legacy of racial reconciliation, but passionately resist even modest reforms that would challenge chronic poverty and growing inequality. There are too many leaders who claim solidarity with Madiba's struggle for freedom, but do not tolerate dissent from their own people. And there are too many of us on the sidelines, comfortable in complacency or cynicism, when our voices must be heard. The questions we face today, how to promote equality and justice, how to uphold freedom and human rights, how to end conflict and sectarian war, these things do not have easy answers. But there were no easy answers in front of that child born in World War I. Nelson Mandela reminds us that it always seems impossible until it is done.
Just before we start this song, I want to see everybody like this, please. One more time, I think for the last time today. It's now or never. Some people are actually leading you, or rather leading us, into killing each other. Now it's time that we say no to that. You know who you are. Nobody's gonna tell you what to do, because there's only one man that can give or take life, Jah, the Creator. No one is supposed to take life but Jah, Rastafari. So right now we're singing this song to peace in South Africa, not only amongst blacks, but to say to everybody, we say black and white, we want to be together as one. Jah, Rastafari. When he turned on the radio, DJ played their song that he wished everybody could hear. The song said, the reggae song for peace, yeah. tonight.